This session I want to talk about accepting testing papers. Now usually that's just the responsibility of the people here in the office, but as you know, testing papers are due the Thursday before the actual testing. So of course, Thursday at the last minute before the actual testing, there's always a big pileup. Sometimes we have all three windows manned with people accepting testing papers at the same time. So there might be an occasion where you might need to help out, or sometimes someone is just on their way out the door and they try to hand the instructor the testing paper real quick, but you want to make sure that that gets in for testing. So you need to know some of the rules of accepting the testing papers. Now, first you need to know why testing is so important. Testing is important to keep people motivated. I think that everybody needs to be recognized on a regular basis for their hard work and their effort. Imagine if you went to work every day and you put in your hours, you worked as hard as you could, but year after year you were never recognized. You never received a promotion, you never got a raise. After a while I think you would begin to resent that position. I think the same thing with in school. Let's say you're in 7th grade and you do your work, you do your homework, you do everything that's expected of you, but you continue to be in 7th grade no matter what you do. It's the same thing being a white belt or a yellow belt or a green belt. You need to be recognized for your hard work and you need to be able to move on to the next level. So we need to do what we can do to help them out in getting in their paperwork so we can get them to testing. So, you know, the first thing a lot of new students will ask is, where are testing papers? How do I get them? So when someone comes and asks where the testing papers are, or they say, I didn't get testing papers, or I don't know how to get testing papers, you don't want to just say, oh, they're over there by the card rack, go get them. Because they might start off walking that way, but they're going to get discouraged and they're just going to leave without paper. So we always help them out. So if you can't do it yourself, you ring the bell right here, someone will come help, and will escort them to show them where the testing papers are. But if you can, it's always best to show them where they are. So let's say someone asks me, where are testing papers? And I'll say, oh, follow me. With anything else in martial arts, or probably anything in the world, if I just run over here, grab their testing papers and give them to them, okay, they're set for this testing time, but then next testing time they're not going to know how to do it. So I'm just going to show them how to do it. So if they are a white belt, existing white belt, and they want to test to a yellow stripe, they need the testing application, and they'll need the home report card if their child is of school age, and you give this to them. And then you can tell them, now after this test, you can come and pick up the next test, because you can start working on the take-home test on the back. Sometimes parents will take a look and they're like, well, we don't know any of these answers, and then you can tell them, there is a book study class that meets every Friday at 6 o'clock in the Dragon, and parents are welcome to go with their child, attend that class, and they'll cover a lot of this terminology. And also, all of the answers are in their manual, and if they don't have one, they can pick one up from the paw shop. Have one of these, it will definitely make your journey to black belt a lot easier. And if they open the book, all of their sample questions, both for Taekwondo and for Hapkido, are in the book. So they don't have to wait until the night before testing to start looking up these answers. They can start going over this now. Application, and I check quickly to make sure that they've completed the test. Here's the home report card, and you can see they've attached a copy of the school report card. Now the school report card is not available every time because they usually only have 2 or 3 grading periods a year. So if they turned it in last time, they don't need it again. But this guy did not turn it in, and so he attached a copy. And we staple it all together, the electric stapler. With the school report card, sometimes they'll bring in their original, and of course they'll want you to make a copy. So if they did not provide a copy and we have to make the copy, we can do that, but we do that at a charge of 25 cents per page. The reason we charge for the copies is not because I'm trying to get rich 25 cents at a time, but I'm hoping that they'll bring me in a copy and it just makes it easier. But if we need to make the copy, we're going to have to leave the line, go make the copy. Sometimes these report cards are 10 pages long and I really just need the important page with the grades on them. So it just makes it a lot easier. Since there is a small charge, most people just make the copy and just bring it in ready to go. This in, you can always check the testing fee is right here. Okay. So when they turn in the testing fees, they can pay by cash, which we run through the cash register and we give them a receipt. They can pay by check, and they will get their receipt when their check is returned to them. Or they can pay by credit card, and they'll get a receipt when we swipe that through our terminal. But the important thing is, when they turn in testing papers, it has to be accompanied by the testing fee. We never accept the testing paper without the fee. I never accept the fee without the testing paper. They have to be together. And that's the big rule for the office. Any testing papers that have made it through this window and that are in this office are assumed paid. If somebody comes and they say, I'm going to drop this off, but my mom or dad is going to pay later, that's fine, but they can set their testing paper down outside over there. And then when their parents come, they can turn it in together. Because I can't hold their paper inside without the payment, because it'll be confusing. We won't know if it's paid or not. The same is true with someone walking by and saying, here's the money for testing, I'm going to turn in the papers later. Again, that's just going to be total chaos. We're never going to remember, we're not going to be able to find it. So the rule, payment with testing paper, no exceptions. So when they turn this in, one thing to remember with white belts is white belts get their last patch. It does not matter if they were Taekwondo, Hapkido, Kumdo, their last patch is the Korean flag. So when they turn this in, they get their last patch. And at that time, I'll ask them, do you have your other patches? And if not, I can get them for them. Now right here, nice and handy, is my patch drawer. So I would give them their last patch. And again, if they were missing any other patches, I could give them the other patches that they were missing. Now, I have this testing paper in the office. We know that it's paid. Cash can go through the cash register. Credit cards can go through the terminal. Checks can just go right in the safe, and then they get turned down. Now, I will take my paid testing paper, and it goes in this drawer right here, right here.